till a little dust up there in the ninth, did it feel to you like pretty systematic win all the way through with the way Jack pitched, the way your offense?
Yeah, well, never be mad after a win. No one's allowed to be mad after a win. And so I won't be, because I think we did a lot of really good things. And we're not going to be perfect, but I love how we came into the game again, 75 pitches through 3 innings to some really good at-bats, and we needed a big hit. And we got a few of them today. So it was nice to see our guys run the bases aggressively. We came up with some key hits, hit the ball at the ballpark a couple times, and then Vesty coming in at the end, cleaning up the mess to finish the game. It's a good win. We take all of them.
AJ, what about Carp going deep twice?
Yeah.
Second time into the teeth of the wind against a lefty.
Yeah. Surprises no one. I mean, he's incredible. I mean, it's fun to see him when he gets locked in. His other 2 at-bats, that he flew out, there's a lot of anticipation with those at-bats. And when he's locked in the strike zone, he gets a little swing happy. That's when he gets himself in trouble. But, we want him to take his 3 swings because good things can happen and he can impact the game right away. I'm glad the ball nicked the pole down the right field line. Then he goes oppo into the wind. He's a fun player, isn't he?
This is your first game here in like 6 months since the last game against Cleveland in the playoffs. The team that's here now, I know a lot of the same faces and names and everything else. Does it feel to you like a more seasoned, experienced, veteran team?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to really process that. I mean, I think we're ready to win today, and that is me through and through. You've heard it from me forever. I think our guys are very comfortable playing, and competing and doing what we've asked of them. They buy in. They're willing to do anything, and that goes on both sides of the ball. Ambush Vesey at the end there. He's not going to ask questions. You get Holton up in a game that we had a decent lead in. He's not going to ask questions. I take Jack out. He pokes fun at me, and we have great banter. I mean, this is a real team, and we through and through. And so I love this team for a lot of reasons, and I just listed off a few of them. So whatever that means to what our team feels like, I know what we are. Just a few key adjustments. I think he had a hard time getting the wet. It was cold. I know it was sunny, and then it got hazy, and it was windy, and those first 2 innings were like an hour. And, part of the upside of challenging the other side with pitches and seeing a lot of pitches and getting a lot of guys on base, starting pitchers over there sitting, cold. So, I think he did a good job of making some adjustments and then getting into some he's going to be mad about the 0-2 to walk to Tice, and that cost him a run. And then, he's his own worst critic. So I think just his adjustments and his ability to hang in there during a disrupted game, for the positive was key.
Does the opening day vibe in Detroit still kind of get to you after all these?
Oh, yeah. No, it's great. I mean, this is like the end of the season vibe too for us because the fans were incredible last year when we, went through a great run and they've showed up. I mean, this is a city to be proud of. It's a fan base that is hungry, for good baseball, and we're trying to provide it. So I think that, that connection between team and fans can be felt, and we feel it here as a team.
The aggressive base running is part of what you guys do, but it's not typically Torque and Riley that are doing that. Is that a function of some of the game planning, or is that just that?
No, I think it is Torque and Riley. I think it goes up and down our roster. Torque is arguably our best dirt ball read. Those guys, they know that everything matters. Like the leads off of first can get you to first to third, or the trail runner McKinstry today can get to second on a play at the plate, and Torque doesn't go on the next one because the throw was low, and he read that. So decisions that you make to advance are important. Decisions you make not to advance are important. But we to a man on our team, we know the right thing to do. Colt getting in the lane today on the ball down the third base line that Dingler hit with the infield in. Everything matters, and our guys are locked in on trying to do things right.
AJ, how much of a learning process do you think center field here will be for a guy like Kreidler?
I don't think that. Well, that play doesn't really. I think that's just the sort of the off balance, kind of popped it off the barrel and the ball took off on him. So I don't think that has anything to do with the park and maybe a little bit of experience in center. But one of the reasons I put him in is to get a feel for kind of the space. He's going to be in there tomorrow and again on Sunday. So getting him up and running. We didn't get to play a game here before, and we barely got on the field this morning at 10 o'clock in 35-degree weather. So there'll be some adjustments, and it's mostly alignment. That was just a weird read that I've seen get the best of center fielders.
AJ, was it the early stage of the game or the style of lefty that made you like Carpenter against Isert?
Well, we pushed him to a fourth inning decision, so I that in itself is an advantage because we have a lot of game left. 2 outs, nobody on, is not going to get Kerry Carpenter out. So if there are other managers that are watching, that's not the spot to chase him out of the game. So I don't know that they were trying to do that, but I there's going to be part because of where we were in the game, part what the situation was, part what the score was, and Carp's doing a really good job hanging in there when he gets his opportunities, and I know it makes everyone out there thirsty for more.
Feels like sky's the limit a little bit for Riley. What does it mean to get off to this kind of start?
Yeah, I mean, getting the ball in the air is key. Getting good pitches to hit's key. I mean, he's amazing. And obviously when guys want to see results, and I think when the scoreboard numbers, are awesome, I think just everything around players generally just relaxes. And so, throw a few hits out there, get a few balls out of the ballpark. He's as dangerous as anybody. We're seeing it. He's maturing with his approach, and he's growing and learning. He can get better. This isn't even necessarily the best version, in my opinion, and that's scary for the other side.
Can you talk a bit more about Flaherty? You traded him away at the deadline last year. Maybe you're thinking you get him back. You somehow did get him back, and he's continuing to do just what he did last year and his importance overall to the starting staff.
Well, we needed him to win today. So I think part of Jack, the reason we love Jack is he brings it every day with him, and he does it in between the 5 starts. So he got his World Series ring the day after his last start, and he was already in work mode trying to set up this start. He comes in. He's already going to be working towards his next start. I believe it's on Wednesday against the Yankees. So his preparation, his execution, his presence on a team, like it all matters, and it all impacted our team when he was here last year, and I can see it already fitting into how we do things, and it's why we wanted him back.
How much discussion was there on the Dingler foul ball, and how valuable was it to extend that at-bat and get the at-one?
Yeah, I just went out and asked him if he checked the ball, and Vic, at first base umpire, had already come in, and I've seen umpires do that before, and it's a tough read, and I think he was checking to see confirm what he saw from the angle at first base. I don't expect the home plate umpire to be able to see that. I wish they would show the screen, the replay, and make it a lot easier on all of us. But it's not reviewable, so it needed to go to the huddle, and the scuff on the ball, I think, showed that was the right call.
Good. Thanks, AJ.